Okay. Danny's gonna tell you what day it is. Okay, it's not August 23rd, Sunday, 2009.
Yeah, today's Sunday. Yesterday was my worst day of the trip.
So start from the beginning.
I had 3 flat tires, 2 crashes, and 1 busted spoke in the rear wheel. Stephen and I left camp, but just 5 miles in, I ran into Stephen's Bob trailer and crashed, forcing him off the road into a ditch. And I landed on my left side, bloodied my left knee and left ankle, scraped up my handlebar tape. The bike was all right. I got up and we were on our way. Shortly after that, this woman from Germany, Amaya, caught us. We rode with her for a while. We did some stops for something. She got ahead of us, got out of sight. We seemed to have to work hard to chase her down. We caught her, passed her, and then I broke a spoke in my rear wheel, making the wheel extremely wobbly. So we stopped at this rest area where this German Maya woman was going to meet her man friend Peter, who's behind carrying all her gear. Maya was just on a mountain bike, so she rode ahead of her man friend who was carrying both of their gear. He was from Austria, so we stopped at this rest area. Right as I'm pulling in the, I think it's the Tahkeena River, Tahkeena Burn rest area, I flat my front wheel, flat front tire, so I go in there, I've got to fix the flat front tire, and then I try using the hyper cracker tool to replace the spoke on the broken spoke on the new rear wheel. It doesn't work because my spokes don't fit with the new wheel.
Totally unsuccessful.
So I fixed the front flat, but I'm totally unsuccessful with the back tire. In the cold rain, we're watching Peter and Maya eat these tasty sandwiches. Stephen and I are out of food. We did manage to get water from a guy in an RV. And it was like an hour-and-a-half stop, and then we got going again. I had to totally loosen up my rear brake cable, though, so the back wheel would clear the brake, because it was that out of true. And then after a construction area on the Alaska Highway, dirt gravel section, probably about 4-mile section, I have a flat tire. Second flat tire front wheel again. Fix that flat on the road again, and then just before Whitehorse, a town called Porter Creek, Stephen was taking us on some back road because I was like 80 miles and I needed another 20 to get a normal 100-mile ride down this hill, a Clyde Wan road from
that got it. Whatever, keep going.
Porter Creek into Whitehorse. I crashed the second time hard. This time I have my 3rd flat of the day. I blow out the front tire and I go down hard. I hit my head so hard for a second or two I was like blacked out or something. And the helmet cracked, proving that helmets do save you. I bloodied up my right hip and landed in the...
I'll show them those wounds.
The right hip from yesterday was right here. And then I landed in the gravel and shoulder. This time the crash bent the rear trailer dropouts and the rear skewer so terribly that I couldn't put the trailer on the bike again. So a woman who was right behind me stopped to see if I was all right.
What was her name?
Madeline.
Madeline Telephone or something?
Madeline, I forget what her last name was, but she was nice enough to stop, and she offered me first aid, which I guess I didn't take, and then she was offered to take my Bob trailer and Sheldon bag in her car, followed behind Stephen and I into the town of Whitehorse, watched our bikes while we grocery shopped at a super value grocery store, then drove along with us to the Robert Service Campground, where we camped out. She, all the stuff that we bought from the grocery store, we didn't even have to load it on a bag. We just put it in a car and she drove it to the campsite. Had a cold dinner that Stephen had, ham and cheese sandwiches and potato chips.
That's good.
Then I went to bed extremely sore, busted up on both sides. I crashed on both sides. And we wake up in the morning to find that we have to pay an $18 campground fee, which makes us furious.
Fucking bullshit. Anyway, but the bottom line is, you didn't talk about Long Arm Larry, who caused all this.
Stephen thinks that this fictitious character, who I made up, Long Arm Larry, was angry at me and caused me to have this bad day, which I totally don't believe.
Yeah, he's looking out over you, and he's pissed off about these, you gigging him out when you're... Long Arm Larry told Danny that he wasn't allowed to shit until a certain number of miles, and Danny was screwing with him. So Long Arm Larry is furious, and he caused all this today. And Danny doesn't believe it, but...
Long Arm Larry doesn't exist. It's just like people believing in a god that doesn't exist.
Long Arm Larry. Okay, here's the campground. It wasn't worth $18, but whatever.
Look at the cracked helmet. Just to show you the damage of why helmets save life. This whole front panel cracked out.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit of me here.